All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
We would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right. We out of GMS Mississippi camp with our fellow beloved brother, Elder Lahab. All right, out of the GMS Chicago camp. All right, I got the elder brother Kazak behind me. All right, you know how we do. All right, today we're going into a live stream entitled Transition of Power, man. All right, because this kingdom sucks, right? And we could talk about the downfall of this kingdom. How America's no fun no more. This is not the exciting. It's not the exciting 80s. It's not the exciting 90s. It's not the disco 70s. You know, it's not even the early 2000s vibe, man. All right, it's just dry as dead. You didn't feel nothing around Thanksgiving. You're not gonna feel anything around Christmas. It's just a big fucking tree. Somebody got a big tree lit up, right? But you know what's going on? All right, Esau's kingdom is going down, man. And the Most High is raising up the elect of the 12 tribes, man. And there's a reality to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua raising up the elect of the 12 tribes, man. We're coming back into our rulership, man. Anybody that put no bring out?
No, just the scripture.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows."
Yeah, and this is the end of Esau's world. You have to understand from what the Renaissance period was Esau's world. All right, so the world has basically been infested with the mindset of a demon. All right, because you know when you get into demons, right? Demons infestation, they're to attract nets and bugs and flies and roaches and shit, right? Well, what did Esau bring to America? He brought roaches. He brought that German roach. He brought rats. All right, that's a sign that somebody with the presence of a demon was coming to America. Like he brought all those unclean, filthy animals.
Yep, and the big one, you going into, bro, is that spiritual decay, that moral decay.
Yeah. And that was, like I said, because that was just like a little small indicator, but that spiritual, man, the world declined when this man came into power. Endangered species, the climate messed up.
Oh, it's the spirit. I was gonna mention that they said that what was like a second ice age, because madness that they say, but they said it was a second ice age around like the Renaissance period when this man came into power. The earth got colder.
Yeah. A demon came into power, man. Yeah. That's another topic. A demon came into power, man. All right. Because he promoted something called Satanism. He might have called it science, enlightenment, but really it's Satanism, because what does Satanism do? It frees you to go off your lower nature. So we live in a lower nature kingdom. All right. When you read about all the properties of the flesh, it's really your lower nature. But Esau embodies the mindset of your lower nature. And the byproducts of Esau is what? Devontae and Keisha. Lower nature byproducts of Cain. You are of your father the devil. All right? And that doesn't just mean a hood Jake, or just Jake in general. All right? Jake is wicked. 2/3 of our people are wicked, man. This is a kingdom of wickedness. All right, brother, hit a precept.
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 3, in verse 14. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field.
Yep.
Upon thy belly shalt thou go,
Yep.
and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life."
And what's the dust? It's that confusion. It's your philosophies that engender chaos. It engenders confusion. Look at America, man. You really got trans everything in America, man. All right? Like I said, women don't want to be women. Men don't want to be men. Women want to be men, and men want to be women. It's confusion. A woman is looked at strange if she gets married at 18, 19, 20. But being a whore is celebrated. Same thing with a man, you ain't talking to nobody wife. You ain't talking to nobody girl. Even certain females look at you like, damn, that's it. He asked me if I had a man. He said, oh, I said, yeah. He said, cool. We walked off.
And Jake will clown you, bro. Like, cause if you're not, joining in that adulterous conversation, break room or something like that. You at the job. They talking about how they want to do what they gotta do later. As far as them messing with another man, woman, and it's normalized. Or them messing with a chick, they gotta do it on the job. That shit normalized. But you ain't in that conversation, or you pretty much want to get off the scene, get away from them talking about that. Jay, look at this, like, this nigga lame. Like, what's wrong with this nigga,
And you know what? Our righteousness is condemned, but we don't want you niggas to like us.
That's right.
It's kind of uncomfortable sometimes. It's like awkward, like, okay, it's uncomfortable, but we don't want you niggas to like us. A lot of years in school, I wasn't really popular. But now I look back, like, I don't want you niggas to like me, man. We hate you niggas, man.
Look at the things they like.
Look at the things you like, man. All right, then you niggas don't grow out of that shit. That's really high school shit, man. Are you 30, 40, you ain't develop a fucking morals, nigga? In our world, not having morals is lame. We don't respect animals. Can you get that to some? I was a beast unto thee. Shit, that's why a lot of you fucking niggas gonna die, man. Y'all are primitive, man.
What's
Go ahead, bro.
Low-hanging fruit likes other low-hanging fruit.
Yep, that's right, bro. Lower nature is attracted to lower nature, and that's a fact. Low-hanging fruits, because in the way of our forefathers, all right, having morals was and you marry, and you know what? You in the world, right? You go into the store, married bitches trying to holler at you. Like, they ain't playing yet, my husband on the road. What the fuck you telling me for? Goofy bitch. All right, but anyway, lower nature is attracted to lower nature. But in the ways of our forefather, integrity was held to a high standard. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Psalm 73 and 22. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee.
A beast? Living after the flesh. Don't you understand that was part of the magnificence of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai? Was that he civilized everybody with the laws, because the scriptures already says that he made man. He brought forth the moving creature, but he said he breathed the breath of life into Adam. Don't you understand that was the great transition on the planet Earth when Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai breathed life into Adam, or he civilized Adam, man. But then this damn turd came, this nigga, this serpent, this man with his philosophies. He always had a philosophy to disobey the Most High. He always had a philosophy to disobey the Most High.
And see, like, say something to It was an Edomite.
Yep.
It wasn't a Canaanite man. Genesis.
Yeah.
It was not a Canaanite man.
Before Canaan was even erected.
There was no damn Canaan, man. The serpent was a melanated Edomite, man. He said, "Thou shalt not surely die." It was always a theme to disobey the Most High.
And that's how Esau talk, though.
Yep.
That's the spirit of an Edomite. There ain't no Canaanite, man.
Well, technically,
yeah.
It ain't no fucking technically, man.
That's how Esau talk, though.
This nigga got all types of news speak, and that's why the English language is so filthy. It is a bastard language. It's a very unholy tongue. But for one, it's a dishonest language. Yeah. You got all these in between words. Maybes. What's it? Is that a maybe? Is that like a pronoun or something? I forgot what you call it.
Compound word.
This is something like that.
Which is another conjunction. It's like everything's mixed and mangled together. Aside from it being a bastardized language, it's a language filled with diverse bastardized languages with hints of distorted Hebrew in it, man.
Yeah, but it's filthy, man. English is filthy. That's why our forefathers said they'd rather eat swine than speak Greek. But English is a derivative of Greek, man. Like, it's so crazy. If you ever pray in Hebrew and you focus on the word and the meaning of the word while you're saying in Hebrew, it feels pure. But you don't feel that in English. And even when you read certain other languages are kind of poetic. It has kind of a rhythm to it. Not English. But the point is, man.
There's power that too, Zaquan. Getting into certain languages, there's particular words it can't be translated, so to speak, or it's not the same.
Right.
That's in the book of Sirach.
Yep.
But you really see that when you study other languages, because it has more meaning, or it's more pure, like you said, when it's in that language, as opposed to you making the effort to translate it, because it's gonna be different, man. You know?
Yeah, come, bro. And, but English doesn't have that force, bro. Those other languages, it has that force. It's like poetic. You know, not that I know these different languages, but you know how you read certain things, you translate it. It's like, man, it's poetic, man. You know? Go ahead.
This is in the epilogue of Sirach. It says, wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue, and it's like, yeah, that's it.
You're good.
It says, in another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference.
Yep. So, like, you take the Hebrew and you translate it into English, it loses its force, man. You know, we got the King James version, you know, but it's not the same as when you read things in Hebrew. All right, but the Hebrew is the holy tongue. But going back to the point, man, we're in a transition of power. That's why it's all about Jake now. It's all about the man now. You know, being your best version, putting your purpose first, eating clean, having a workout routine, you know.
And I like this, bro. Purpose over pleasure.
Purpose over pleasure, man. Understanding that your energy inside of your body is your currency. And what are you spending your energy on? You know, putting your energy behind things is profitable for you, man. Really building your own kingdom, building your own legacy, being legacy minded. And Most High is creating a legacy within us, man. We're building our legacy here in Babylon, but it's going to trickle over to Jerusalem, man. You know, we're waking up now. Scripture says, well, I will raise up the house of David, the tabernacles of David, man. That's these different camps, man. All right, but in literally Isaiah 4:1, that's your wives subscribing to your legacy, man. You know?
You are the establishment.
You are the establishment, you know? So, hey, man. Hey, the Most High got it set up, man. We finna win, man.
That's right.
So even if you have bad moments, even if you having poor episodes in your life, car problems, whatever, in the grand scheme, all right, we're winning. You know, you got to see the forest for the trees, man. We're winning. That's the bigger picture, is that we're winning, man. Don't let the trees keep you from seeing the forest. All right, we're winning. And we're in the transition to power, man. I ain't never seen this many homeless Edomites. You know what I mean?
And you know, I like how you put that, bro. Don't let the trees get in the way you see in the forest.
Yeah.
Because these particular, you know, obstacles,
Yep.
different things going on in brothers' lives, it can be as if these things are in the way.
Yep.
But really, they're not in the way, man. Like, we just have to go through this in order for us to make it to the kingdom.
Yep.
You know, it's really all a part of it, man.
Yeah, because, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nah, just like Apostle Paul said, you know, no matter what you go through, ultimately, it's all for your sakes. It's for the sake of the elect.
Yep. Because even heart pain, even, you know, bad experiences, man, they forge you. Experiences forge your mind. We're being developed.
And you're never the same after that.
You're never the same, and that's what makes you, man. One of my favorite quotes from one of my go-to movies, the movie Alexander. He was in that cave talking to his dad, Philip of Macedonia. And Philip of Macedonia said, when I was young, my father threw me in battle prematurely. And he always really hated his father for that. But he was like, now that I'm older, I see why my father threw me in battle. He said, because kings aren't born, son. They're made through sufferings, through trials, that's what makes you, man.
The Lord sculpting your spirit.
He's sculpting your spirit. And in that process, it's painful, man. Because the name of the topic you gave it was transition of power. But the king has to be developed as he comes into power. That's how we're getting the power. We're transitioning our minds to the power.
Galatians, you under tutors and governors until the time
right
appointed by the Father.
Kind. So, yeah, the Most High is giving us the kingdom, but simultaneously, that's what I meant to say, he's forging us for the kingdom. So he's taking out of these bastard, you know, brothers grow up how we grew up. He's taking us out of the matriarch. He's taking us out of Edomite supremacy, taking us out of feminism. All right, taking us out of street culture. Man, it take time to forge you out of those spirits, those enchantments, man. You know, taking you out of the standard American diet. He has to detox you from all that shit. You know, Detox you from just that filthy black culture, man. Not so you can just be boring. He's grooming princes, man. Oh, that's another one, man. He's grooming princes. You know, brother, you know, you grew up with certain brothers you might have known before the truth. Man, certain brothers was in the streets. You know what I mean?
Elijah was out there, man.
Certain brothers, hey, we either sold weed, smoked weed. You know, Jake was into adultery. But then 5, 10, 15 years later, man, you really are princes now, man. We're becoming Yahweh Shai-like, you know?
And they having the power to judge too, because you wouldn't understand these things unless you had gone through it.
Yep.
You know, that's a different teacher.
Yep.
You know, you actually doing something, you going through it, and now you understand it. And now you're on the outside looking in because you've been there before.
Yep.
You know?
And that makes you a good judge.
Yep.
Adam had to go through the experience route.
The Adam experience.
The Adam experience, man. He had to come back in different incarnations and experience wickedness. Experience the left hand side. Experience all those different things. But by the time he made it to Yahweh side, that was the complete copy. It is done. You know, the priesthood.
It's Galatians 4:1. It says, "Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differs nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and."
Yeah, because everything's gonna be given to the heir, but he has to be responsible with it. You know, the Lord, he's teaching us how to be responsible, man.
I know that nigga, Prince, what's his name? Over Rap-A-Lot Records.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. He was talking about his son in an interview. He said, you know, with his son, he knew he was going to inherit pretty much the business, but he started out his son working in all the subservient positions in the business as he grew up. So he had to sweep the floors, he had to do desk work, he had to do all those different things before he inherited the business. You know, you experience it, you ain't just giving orders out, you know? You've been sweeping like a barbershop, your dad's barbershop. What happens? He starts you off with sweeping the floors, you know? Then he might have you at the register after a while. Moab does that. Go ahead.
And you don't understand it while you're going through it.
You don't understand it while you're going through it. But you want to understand the kingdom that you're running. So we're no different from service, man. We understand working jobs. Because these heathens, they're going to be working. You know, we understand affairs with women. We understand affairs with other, you know, networks with men. We understand temptation. We understand all that because we was in these bodies. You know? You got it.
But it's under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth a Son, made of a woman under the law. So it's pretty much it.
Yep. So I mean, look, we're being groomed. We're being groomed, man. You know? And like I said, it really, every day we got to really be in the scriptures. Because we say we kings, right? Well, it tells you in the law, if you set yourself up a king in Israel, his whole thing is really being devout. It ain't about multiplying women. It ain't about multiplying chariots. It's really being devout.
Gotta eat the roll.
Gotta eat the roll. Because a king is a judge. So you have to know the laws. And not just the laws, hell, the prophets. The history. You have to know your world that you came from. So we're being groomed into this thing, man. You see? Understanding running dominions, understanding certain things, man. You know? Understanding what it means to rule, what it means to be a ruler, man. Because Esau has that mindset in this case. Esau thinks he's a ruler. You get around the average Edomite, he thinks that he's over you. He thinks I'm supposed to rule over this black man. This so-called, I'm supposed to rule over him.
But they have their own laws, you know, that they judge by. The way they are, you know, as far as how they immerse into their laws and, you know, what they'll judge you by, that's how we should be toward the scriptures.
Right. So, I mean, look, that's pretty much the point, man.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful point, man. Because our world is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Man, we got the laws of King Masha. We got the book of Proverbs. We got the book of Sirach. We got the Gospels. We got the history. We got all type of examples, man. So I mean, that's pretty much the point. Like, we're transitioning into power, man. Or you got chariots just making themselves more and more visible. They're taunting Esau, man. Your time is almost up, boy. Your time is almost up, boy.
That's right.
You know? Rather than any precepts.
Yeah.
And after you precept, bro, Bible say you get a song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Right
right.
into it.
Maybe you want to watch some shows like that, you know.
Well, we'll just get this one. Get to the point. This is Sirach 21 and 21. It says, "Learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm." You know, which he goes into saying that how this wisdom is gonna basically be things like that, as a scepter in your hand. But right now, we're like, you know, without the I'll say the carnal aesthetic of how it looks, how a king would look. We're traveling with that in wisdom. You know, that's how we're judging. You know, that's the glory of it. Like how people get mesmerized when they see the crown on a king's head. Well, it's really the wisdom that puts the crown on his head, or glorifies somebody into this type of beauty.
You know what? And the friend of a king is wisdom. Wisdom is a man's woman. If you're a king, but
Wisdom of Solomon.
yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 6, but I shot thing around 20. You know, if you're a king, your real friend, your real woman is wisdom. A noble trait is a man that loves wisdom. That's a noble trait. That's the trait of a prince.
That's in the 8th chapter too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, how wisdom is part. Because in every incarnation, make themselves.
Well, yeah. I think that's in the 7th.
Okay.
I want to say in the 8th, he spoke about making wisdom his spouse.
Yeah, man. Because apparently Solomon was a man that read. You know, so a noble trait is somebody that reads all the time, man. You know, especially things that's conducive to, you know, your intellect, things that's conducive to you having the proper tools to rule. You know, a man that reads, man. Because what does Esau give his peasants? Entertainment. He gives all this endless streaming, endless entertainment, endless social media. Because he doesn't want anybody to actually feed their minds and think, man. You could empower yourself through reading. You got it, bro.
You want me to start at verse 6 here?
I think it's verse 7, right? No, yeah, you can start at verse 6.
This is Psalm 75 and 6. "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another."
He put down one and set it up another. He gonna put down Esau and set up the house of Jacob, man. All right.
Yep. Like I said, house of Jacob, all 12 tribes.
Come, all 12 tribes, bro. All right, go ahead.
"For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, and is full of mixture, and he poureth it out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob."
And that's the point. It's just time for Esau to go into slavery. That's the cup. You're gonna have to go, and all the nations are going to slavery for 1,000 years. Hard, brutal slavery, man. Because somebody got to build up our cities, man.
Yep. And after that 1,000-year period of slavery, that's when we'll, be you could say lenient to a degree to the other nations. But hey, you listen to cats like Zabak, he make it seem like it's gonna be this special class of heathen that's going to slavery, or they're gonna be doing particular things. Bro, all of them just going to slavery, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I speak about, all these you want to call them trick words or whatnot. Just say they going to slavery. Like, we not complicating it, bro. All of them know. Ain't gonna be just like this special class of heathen. They all about to go through this hell we went through. The brother had read in the hand of the Lord is a cup, and he poureth out of the same thing that we went through. They all got to go through.
Yeah, stop being so delicate with these damn heathens, man. Most I put an animal over us, man. Most I put Esau over us, man. That nigga went delicate with us. All right.
Say my delicate ones have gone rough ways. Yeah. That's how they dealt with us. They treat us rough, man.
Come on, man. We've gone there. And slavery was their rough way.
Yeah.
You get that Wisdom of Solomon. We'll close it out on that.
Wisdom of Solomon 7?
6, 20.
Bring it to a kingdom.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 20. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
The desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. All right, and it starts with wisdom. And the beginning of that transition of power is when the wisdom went out on the highways and the byways, starting with Elder Abba Bivens, 1969. That was the wisdom. That was the beginning of power. The beginning of power was when we woke up.
But you had mentioned earlier, bro, going back to Adam, the importance of that breath.
Yeah.
So we received it again, you know,
Yeah.
in this time.
Gone.
You know.
Gone. Get pie. But anybody that need to closing statements?
That's it, bro.
All right, well, that we hope you were edified. Once again, we want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings of the wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba Baal. Kum Yashalom. Shalom.